Okay, so trying to estimate the expected family contribution. There's a lot more goes into it, but this is just kind of a high level so you understand the basic gist of it. But so what the U.S. Department of Education does, it actually calculates the EFC, expected family contribution, to determine your financial aid eligibility. Okay, so to find your estimated EFC, you go to the box where your income and your assets intersect. So important to note though that your assets, so you don't want to include your retirement savings, so you're like your 401k or your primary residence. Okay. That doesn't mean your vacation home or other asset. You have to think about that differently. Okay. So in this case, so say we had $150,000 in income, okay, and then we had 100,000 in assets. Okay. It's the intersection there of 33,737 is the expected family contribution. So also to keep in mind that all 529 and education savings accounts assets owned by a parent and the student completing the FAFSA are treated as assets of the parent for federal aid purposes on the FAFSA. Okay, so even though you've set aside this 529 for your child, it's still the parent's assets. Okay, and that's where it counts at 5.64%. So if a parent owns a 529 or ESA accounts and the student's siblings are the beneficiaries, those assets must be reported by the parents also. So if there's a younger child or a younger sibling, unfortunately, you have to include that as well. Okay. Um, and here are the numbers. So if like for a student, 20% of all reporter assets that are non-529 ESAs, okay, and 25% on the profile. So those are the assets that are counted when determining EFC. So the parents, though, the parents are only counted at 5.64% of all reportable assets, excluding or actually exceeding the parents' asset protection allowance. So basically, there's a fancy they give you an allowance. So it may just hypothetically it says $40,000 to $50,000 is protected in assets. Okay, and it's roughly the same on the CSS profile as well, which is another form to fill out for like private schools. But the key takeaway here is that so increases in income have a much bigger impact on financial aid eligibility than the same increases in assets. And that's where the planning comes into place.